Hey cat lovers, and welcome back to another video. This week we're covering a very serious topic, which is declawing. We know this topic is very controversial in the cat community, so we ask that you please keep it civil in the comments because we aren't here to shame any cat owners or veterinarians who have declawed in the past. As we'll explain later on, most people aren't aware of the painful truth about declawing cats, and others feel like they don't have any other options. In fact, many cat parents think that they are doing something harmless for their furry friend when they declaw. That's why we are here to spread the word about this inhumane practice, explain humane alternatives, and hopefully prevent future cats from being declawed. With that said, let's just dive into it. First off, well, what is declawing? Many people think declawing is just a permanent manicure, which they see as a win-win scenario. They think it won't hurt their furry friend, and they'll never have to worry about being scratched or having furniture ruined. But the term declaw is misleading because the procedure is much more simple than removing a cat's claws. The reality is that declawing is actually a serious surgery. This procedure is considered to be inhumane. Not only can it cause short and long-term pain, but complications from declawing do much more harm than good. So what are the complications about declawing? Well, not only is the aftermath of this surgery extremely painful for cats, but the procedure can permanently affect a cat's balance and reduce their ability to walk properly. Research has also found that declawing increases the risk of permanent lameness, arthritis, persistent pain, and other long-term complications. In fact, studies show that 1 in 5 cats have long-term complications from declaw surgery, and 50% suffer complications immediately after surgery. But if your cat doesn't suffer from immediate complications, that doesn't mean they're in the clear. For some cats, the damaging effects of declawing don't become obvious until many months or even years later. As if those reasons aren't alarming enough, a staggering 1/3 of declawed cats develop behavioral problems after the procedure. Some of these behavioral issues include aggression, biting, and urinating outside the litter box. Aggression and biting often happens to compensate for the loss of their claws. Remember that a cat's claws serve as their primary form of protection, so when you take those away, the next best tool for them is their teeth. Also, litter box aversions can develop because of pain in their paws. When that happens, it makes it very difficult to climb in and out of the litter box. For these reasons and many others, the Humane Society of the United States says they oppose declawing except for the rare cases when it is necessary for medical purposes, such as the removal of cancerous nail bed tumors. However, most of the time, declawing is a completely unnecessary procedure that is considered elective surgery. Needless to say, a rare circumstance like cancer or injury is much different than declawing for the simple sake of convenience for the owner. Other cat experts agree. Evidence is taken as a whole, declawing is clearly an egregious form of animal cruelty. Just to name another familiar expert, Jackson Galaxy, cat behaviorist and host of Animal Planet's My Cat from Hell, we really like talking about this guy. Jackson has famously stated that claws are a physically, socially, and emotional visual way. Their paws contain scent glands that release odors when they scratch things, which causes the cat's signature to be left behind, which is very important to them. Finally, the stretching cats do when they scratch feels really good to them and it allows them to exercise their muscles. So no, your cat is not doing it out of spite, they are doing it to stay healthy. So is declawing illegal anywhere? Well, declawing has been restricted or banned in over 20 countries, including France, Germany, Italy, and others. The procedure has also been banned in a handful of cities in the United States. In 2019, New York became the first state to ban declawing, and in recent years, Los Angeles, San Francisco, Denver, and St. Louis have also passed similar bans. Currently, other state lawmakers are working to introduce bills to ban declawing as well, and they're slowly making progress. Earlier this year, in 2021, Austin, Texas became the first city in the Lone Star State to ban this procedure unless it is necessary for the cat's own well-being. In recent years, statewide anti-declaw legislation has been considered in Rhode Island, New Jersey, Massachusetts, West Virginia, Nevada, and Connecticut. Now you may be wondering, if we know declawing is harmful, why is it still legal in so many places? For starters, you need to understand that when the surgery first became standard practice, scientists and veterinarians didn't realize the consequences because they didn't have enough research. But with today's findings, we finally have a much better understanding of both the short-term and long-term effects of declawing. Another reason is that there's a lot of myths about declawing that are still widely believed to this day. For example, one myth is that declawing cats keeps them out of shelters. The thinking behind this is that the owners would be less likely to give up cats that can't scratch things. But ironically, it's actually very common for cats to be surrendered due to the very same behavioral problems caused by declawing that we mentioned earlier in the video. Another common myth is that declawing is necessary for cat owners with compromised immune systems. But the CDC says that even in households with vulnerable people, declawing is not recommended because cats need their claws for a number of activities. Instead of declawing, the CDC recommends vulnerable cat owners to avoid rough play with their cats and situations in which scratches are likely. Finally, while there are inevitably vets out there who declaw for the sole purpose of money, we want to stress that a vast majority don't do it out of greed. Instead, most vets declaw to save lives. Think about it from their perspective. If it comes down to two options, either euthanize the cat or declaw it, which do you think the vet is going to pick? But this is no easy choice by any means. Dr. Steele, alternate delegate for the American Association of Feline Practitioners, says, "I don't know a single veterinarian that enjoys declawing a cat." Dr. Steele also says that veterinarians, especially newer associates, are struggling with having to declaw. Results of a survey of 1,200 feline practitioners indicated 51% do not declaw cats, and slightly more support legislative bans on the procedure. So what does that mean? According to Dr. Steele, what that tells us is that they're ethically opposed to declawing and they're having to do it anyway. Keep in mind that not all vets own the practice they work at, so they have to follow the rules of their workplace. This is why vet clinics need to focus on teaching their clients humane alternatives to declawing. Now, instead of declawing, there are many humane ways to prevent a cat from scratching things. One very effective method is to place scratching posts around the house. For example, if your cat likes to scratch the side of the couch, put a scratching post next to it. When your cat heads towards the couch, the scratching post will be a much more appealing option to them. Another trick is to use citrus sprays because cats have a natural aversion to citrus odors. All you have to do is spray the fabric surface you want to protect and reapply when needed. Just keep in mind that you should never squirt citrus spray directly on the cat because they're only meant to be sprayed on fabric surfaces. A third method is to use something called nail caps. The caps cover each nail so that scratching causes little to no damage. Nail caps usually fall off after 4 to 6 weeks, at which time new ones need to be applied. Finally, another popular method is to put double-sided tape on the area you want to protect, which has a tactile feel that cats tend to avoid. One brand of tape that we recommend is Sticky Paws by Pioneer Pet because it's affordable, easy to apply, and comes in different sizes and versions designed specifically for furniture or plants. Right now, Pioneer Pet is offering our viewers a discount. If you use the promo code SUMMER15, you'll get 15% off your purchase at pioneerpet.com. Again, that's code SUMMER15 for 15% off. We are just sharing this discount code with you because we think that Sticky Paws is a very helpful product for cat parents. Finally, if you are struggling with your cat scratching yourself or a loved one, then it's time to immediately make an appointment with your vet, who will teach you strategies to stop this behavior. A vet appointment is also a great opportunity to learn how to trim your cat's nails. So after everything, what can we do to stop declawing? Well, the easiest thing to do is spread the word. 75 to 90% of cat parents change their mind about declawing once they learn about the risks. Oftentimes, cat parents don't fully understand the risk of the procedure or know about humane alternatives. This is why it's crucial to share the truth about declawing. Finally, in order for more places to ban declawing, it's important to contact local lawmakers and let them know how important it is to end this practice. And look, guys, you don't even have to make a phone call. If you're not a phone person, and trust me, I can relate, I hate talking on the phone. For some reason, it just gives me severe anxiety. I don't know why. You can always send your local lawmakers an email instead. If you feel stuck on what to write, here's a format from the Alley Cat Allies that we'll have on screen right now. If you prefer to copy and paste this example, we'll have a link in the description box below. Well, we hope that we enlightened anyone out there who was unsure about the consequences of declawing cats. We also hope that together we can spread the painful truth about declawing and put this inhumane practice in the past for good. Well, that's it for this week's video. Tell us your thoughts in the comments below, and remember to please keep it civil. And be sure to subscribe if you aren't already subscribed so that way you never miss out on another cat video, and to like the video, that way it helps other cat lovers find our content. That's it, and we'll see you guys next Catterday for the next video.